And welcome to the Rest is Football question and answer episode with Alan Shearer, Micah Richards and me, Gary Lineker. Before we get into the questions though today, gents, I've actually got a little surprise for you, for all of us actually. I've managed to dig out a couple of clips from our playing days that I wanted to show you. Have a listen and a watch of these, and there's some cracking commentary to boot.
Hoof forward towards Laker. Who goes down like a sack of spuds? Oh no! Is that a jobby? Yes, there's some poop on the pitch. I think it's all over his hands too. It is now. Gary Lineker, once a prolific shot hitter, and now a horrific shot stopper. An unfortunate incident that will likely leave an indelible stain on his career and his underpants. Shearer asses his way into the corner with Roy Keane in pursuit. And Keane's thrown the ball at Shearer's body heat. Why would he do that? Well, I'm not a lip reader, but I think Shearer called him a flocking shine bag, whatever that is. It's a red card. And Keane wants a piece of him now, and who can blame him? For years now, Shearer has had the most slappable face in English football. Yet another honour that he will one day lose to Harry Kane. There goes Micah Richards. Nutmegs, wall shite. Into the penalty box. Busts past no one. I mean, who does he think he is? Alan Hutton. Oh, he's gone up in the air. And now he's landed. The cheat that he is. That's not even a dive. It's a prize-winning belly flop from the prizeless Man City flop. Lost the ball wheeling almost like a pie full of big Meeks bum cheeks.
What about that? What about that? Those were, of course, some clips by the brilliant comedian Alistair McAllister. I'm sure you've seen him on social media, and a big thank you for making those, especially for us. You can find him on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. His handle is at McAllister. That's McAllister. He is quite funny on all things.
Brilliant.
On all things.
That is outstanding.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Can we do all our intros?
We'll probably get into the questions now. Stay Hickey. Has the abolishment of the away goals rule worked for the Champions League?
It has, hasn't it?
I think so. I think it's fairer anyway. The Champions League away goals rule as it was originally, I think sometimes probably added a degree of excitement to the second legs, because an away goal, particularly at the end of an affair, can dramatically change things. But I thought in a slightly unfair way, because it particularly for the team that's playing, I think, away from home second. I also think now that it's a lot fairer, but it's still not as fair as it should be. It's again, I'm going to say they shouldn't have extra time in the second leg, because therefore the team that plays at home in the second leg has an extra half an hour at home over the team that doesn't. So I think we're getting there to safety. And a lot of people were saying, oh no, it'll be a lot more defensive now and stuff like this. But what it's in the second legs, but I think what it is, in the first legs are much more exciting now, because teams were so terrified to concede a goal at home that they would play overly cautious in the home leg. Whereas now, I think we've seen lots of games with lots of goals. Agree? Or
I totally agree with all of that. Yeah, I think it's probably more of an open game in the first leg, I think, rather than teams sitting and protecting and petrified of giving a goal away. So yeah, I agreed.
Totally agree. Explained very well, Gaz. I think it's a hat-trick.
Yeah, there we go. Unanimous. Some of these questions are actually about Champions League games, and obviously there were some matches that were played last night. We're recording this before the games actually go out on Tuesday. So if we say something stupid, you'll know why. So questions such as Rajan, who's asked, what is the most exciting matchup of the round in your opinion? I think there's quite a few, aren't there?
PSG, Liverpool?
Yeah, well, that game will be played tonight. On Wednesday night. That's terrific. The Madrid derby, obviously, absolute cracker there.
I would say PSG, Liverpool, purely because I feel that there are more of a team It was killing Mbappe's team for a while, Messi's team, Neymar's team, Ibrahimovic's team. The list goes on. But I think now with Barcola and Dembele, they're playing some of the best football I've seen for a while now. Dembele is actually having the season of his life, finishing his chances. And I think they might just give Liverpool a scare more than people think. I still think Liverpool go through over 2 legs, but I think PSG cause them a lot of problems.
Yeah, they're playing really well. They're scoring a lot of goals as well at the moment. They're in good form.
Yeah, I would agree with that one. Although the Munich Leverkusen, I mean, that's another cracker as well, isn't it? So really that can, I mean, that's such a tough one to call, that is, because I did the Bayern Munich Celtic game, as you know, and Bayern Munich were terrible. So that's a really tough one to call, but it should be a cracking couple of games.
Just a player to look out for though, Bruges and Villa game. Obviously, we'll have an eye on that for Villa's point of view. But Hans van Aken in midfield for Bruges, he can play. Plays midfield. He's sort of like box to box. He can play number 10, but he can play deeper as well. But anything good comes through him. So Hans van Aken, watch out for him.
All right. Lukey Sanders asks, is Micah sad that Brest has been knocked out?
I'm devastated. Half the material's gone now, Brest are out. What am I going to do?
Oh, dear. Cliff, who of the underdogs has the best chance to win it all?
Ooh.
Can you call PSG underdogs? Because they are playing really well.
But when you say underdog, who are you
Well, that's what I mean.
including
That's his words, not mine.
as the underdog, because you don't want to disrespect anyone here.
Without calling them an underdog, Atletico.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's it. I think that's the toughest draw that Real could have had at this stage. I really do. I think it's such a tough ask because they're hard to beat.
And Real Madrid, a real dip in form. I don't know whether you noticed, they were pretty comfortably clear, certainly of Barcelona a while ago. Atletico Madrid have kind of been bobbing up and down, but Barcelona have now closed that gap. In fact, they're top. And it's really tight between the 3 clubs in Spain, the 2 Madrid clubs and Barca. So that's one to keep an eye on.
I'm going to say Inter Milan.
Yeah, I was going to say Inter.
I wouldn't say they're an underdog because they've been to the Champions League final, didn't they? Just a couple of years ago against City. But there's something about them as a team. They play that 3 at the back, rotation in midfield, Martinez and Thuram up front, and they've got a great coach as well who just knows how to tweak things at the right time.
You go Inter, and I'll go Bayer Leverkusen then. I mean, are they underdogs? I don't know. Are anyone really underdogs at this stage? I suppose so. But, they've got Bayern Munich, which is obviously a massive game for them. But I saw them play against Bayern. You were watching as well, Alan, a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. And Bayer Leverkusen outplayed them. They didn't score. It ended up goalless. But if they dominate
missed some big
like
chances,
that,
didn't they? Yeah,
they really did. So they'll have Is Harry Kane fit?
I think he is. Yeah,
I think he should be back now, shouldn't he?
Played at the weekend, I think.
Yeah, I played at the weekend. Did he? Good. Kenzie, who has surprised you most so far in the Champions League?
Who surprised me?
Bruges have been perhaps the surprise.
Villa have been very good as well.
Have been excellent.
Yeah, Aston Villa have been very, very good.
Feyenoord have impressed me.
Yeah.
That was the game with City were 3-0 up, wasn't they? And then they come back to draw 3-3. Didn't really give them much chance. And then throughout the competition, they've just found a way to get results. So they've really impressed me. How far they can go, but up until now, Feyenoord have been very good.
Oh, here's an interesting one from Darren Sage. What is your worst phrase that's crept into modern punditry? My personal one is transition, but Big Meeks used pre-assist the other week. Which made me want to shout at the TV. That was not a thing.
Explain what the fuck is pre-assist. Come on.
Well, 1, I can't remember saying that. And 2, So, okay.
I saw you say that, Mike. You did say
Did you see,
it.
did you see it?
Yeah.
So basically, okay, what happens is the pre-assist is massive. So David Silva would get loads of pre-assists. So he'd get the ball in between the lines. On the half turn.
In between the lines, that's another one. That's
thrown in there.
Play an incredible 30-yard ball for me just to tap it across to Aguero. I get the assist for that, but I've not really done too much for that. Yes, I've had to make the run, find the space, but the pre-assist could be a wonderful ball to break the lines.
Fuck. What about a pre-assist?
Prehistoric in my case.
So let's
go through a few.
Go through the terminologies. Go on.
Yeah.
What have we got?
Low block, mid-low block now. We've got mid-low block, high block.
Transition.
Yeah.
High press. Pocket of space.
Pocket of space is weird. I mean, it's just, what's wrong with space? Why pocket? There's no, God.
Between the lines, breaking the line.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
There's so many, isn't there?
There's so many. But you've got to say them nowadays.
The group. That's one that's crept in.
The group.
Yeah, with the group.
What's the group?
Well, you hear managers and coaches say it all the time. I've got a really good group.
Group, yeah.
I've got a really good group.
It's more groupies in our day, but not. Got a really good group. That's one of my. We must move on. Last one before the break. From David. If you could have played James Bond in any one of the films, which one would it have been?
Casino Royale.
Goldfinger. Got golden boots, but never had a gold finger.
I don't know.
You can't have a bald-headed Bond, though, can you? So it's not going to be you.
Boldism, I'm reporting you.
Right, let's take a break and we'll answer some more of your questions when we come back. Welcome back to the Rest is Football question and answer episode with Alan Shearer, Micah Richardson, meet Gary Lineker. A question from Darren Shaw from the Isle of Man. I have visited Alan's statue outside St James's Park. Have Gary or Micah been approached for permission to build a statue in their honour? Well, I was asked, but they couldn't find enough clay to make my ears. Can I report myself for earism? No one's approached me to have a statue.
Not a chance. What am I going to get a statue of? These two. I don't want a statue of me.
Not at all. I've got a road at Leicester, Lineker Road. Just where the old Filbert Street was, the ground, and it's quite run down when I went last time. But now they've put all graffiti along it. Looks really quite cool, actually.
What is it, like Lineker is a wanker or something like that?
Yeah, Lineker's a twat and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. Has anyone written anything on your statue? Any away fans?
No, I've got a road as well in Blackburn, Alan Shearer Way, just outside Ewood Park. Yeah.
A way?
Have you?
A way?
Yeah.
A way, the lads.
Yeah,
you got a road as well. You had to outdo me, didn't
Imagine
you?
The statue of Big Meeks. Imagine a statue of Big Meeks. The guns on him, man.
It'd need to be bronze, wouldn't it? A bronze statue.
Nice. Oiled up.
Be expensive, wouldn't it? Christ. Connor Patterson, if you were to go back in your career and had the choice to play for a club outside of the top 5 leagues, who would they be and why?
Outside the top 5 leagues?
I'd go Benfica because Lisbon's a great place to live and Benfica's a huge football club, great history, produced a lot of good players.
Got to go somewhere in America, LA or something, don't we?
Ooh, well played, good shout. How about down in Argentina somewhere?
Be a bit intense there, wouldn't it?
Buenos Aires, somewhere on a River Plate or Boca Juniors.
No, I'm going to Celtic.
Oh, good shout.
I'd love to play for Celtic.
Cue the Rangers pylon.
Oh!
Quickly say all
Celtic or
Rangers.
Rangers. Any of them.
Nathan Davis. Really important question, this. Who has the bigger biceps, Big Meeks or Adama Traore?
Oh, it's tough, isn't it?
Hey.
It's tough.
Do you arm wrestle?
No.
I
had an arm wrestle with someone live on TV a couple of years ago, and I lost.
Who?
Absolutely
Really?
embarrassing.
Who did you lose to?
Oh, it's embarrassing. I can't remember his name. He was one of the analysts for CBS. I flew over to America and was doing a show, and I just flew over for an arm wrestle.
You flew to America for an arm wrestle. Have I heard that right?
I swear, I flew
Seriously? And you lost?
And I lost on live TV. I was so embarrassed as well.
I hope they made you fly budget airline back. You're ashamed of yourself for losing.
Oh my God.
With no leg room.
And I thought I had him as well. The guy's a big lad. He used to play for America. I'm trying to remember his name.
Well, I hope he's a big lad, not a puny little individual.
They called him the Gooch.
The Gooch.
The Gooch. We had an arm wrestle, and I was leading for a while, but I fatigued too early, and he did me.
Bit like your career. This leads me nicely on to a question from Austin Means. What would you say is the most embarrassing thing that you have done or have had happen to you in a football match? So you can't use that one. I think it's fairly obvious what mine will be. It was referred to earlier in this podcast by certain McAllister.
Well, that's a great question. Embarrassing.
Yeah. That dive you put in as well, by the way.
Yes, that dive.
That was also featured by a...
But come on, guys. So you guys are in them for... Can we talk about the Megs beforehand and the amazing feat? Are we going to talk about that?
We didn't see that. We just saw the dive.
But you guys can back me up on this. When you're a striker and you feel like you're going to get smashed, I thought I was going to get absolutely smashed. So I jumped out the way, but he moved out the way. So then I just looked ridiculous.
So you're saying that wasn't a dive?
It was definitely a dive. One of the worst dives I've ever seen. Well, it was more of a belly flop, wasn't it?
It was a nice dive.
Come on, Alan. What's your
missing a penalty? I got the penalty against Sunderland.
Oh, you always say that.
Very embarrassing.
Here's a question from Nolan. What is your favourite movie of all time?
Oh, easy. Home Alone.
Home Alone?
Home Alone.
It's fun, but
my God.
Best film of all time.
Do you remember when they're going down the... So it must have been in Home Alone 1, when they're going down the stairs and they're putting the paint attached to the string, and then he's going up the stairs and he pretends, he goes, "Don't worry, Harry, I'll get him." The comedy in that is second to none. What a film that is.
Best film
Christmas
of all
time. Home Alone 1 and 2, phenomenal.
Oh, dear. I don't know. I would usually say Godfather 2, which was a great film.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, brilliant movie as well.
Shawshank, what a film
Shawshank Redemption or Home Alone. Yeah, tough one to choose from.
Home Alone, come on. It's one of the greatest ever films made. Have you guys seen it? Come on, you guys must have seen it.
Of course we've seen Home Alone. It's fun.
Alan, have you seen it?
It's fun.
You've not seen Home Alone, Alan?
I haven't seen Home Alone, Micah, no.
I'm telling you, Alan, please. This Christmas, when you had a few Guinnesses, just put it on with a fire on, and honest, it's immaculate.
After a few pints, Alan will walk to St James's Park and he'll feel like Home Alone. Joseph, what meal will Gary make for Alan and Micah individually?
You know what I like, Gaz. You know what I like.
Nice big roast chicken, I think I'd do for Micah.
By the way, we were out at the weekend. You said Micah. We went to his. Micah actually very kindly took us to Wings Chinese. I've never ever been out with anyone who eats as much as him. For 3 hours, it was a constant. The food was being delivered non-stop. And honestly, every time I put my head down, there was another plate being delivered and there was one being taken away.
Fantastic.
Incredible.
Oh, we had a good feast. We missed you guys. We missed you.
No, sorry,
next one we'll do.
Definitely the next one. There was, I'd cooked Micah about 6 chickens. Then obviously I'd have to do a few. Alan, I don't know, Alan likes a steak. I mean,
I like a steak. I'm easily pleased.
A steak, and it's easy. Nice ribeye or something.
Ribeye.
Final question from Russell Cleaver. Which season do you think is the best of your careers when you were playing at your absolute peak, and what was it like when you realised you were no longer quite at that peak? Well, we've done the second part of that about how awful it is when you kind of know you can't do it anymore. So let's just concentrate on the positive. The best year of your career.
For me, probably 94, 95, I think.
Blackburn,
37, I think I got, and 34 in the league. I realised I'd started losing a yard of pace in my late 20s because of my serious injuries, and then had to sort of change my game. But I think goal scoring wise and chances and all of that was probably 94, 95.
Micah?
When we won a league for City, I think that season, it said I only got 5 assists in that season, but I remember it being more than 5 assists.
Maybe a couple of them were pre-assists.
What a twat.
But that was it. You were talking about that last night, actually. That was the season that Aguero moment, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I assumed that Zabaleta had played most of that season, but it was actually you, wasn't it?
Correct, it was. So all you pundits, like your Alan Shearers at the time, get your facts right. I started more games than Zabaleta in that year. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I could see why you had the hump about not playing in the final one.
Oh, I was devastated. But hey, we don't look behind us now, though. We're looking forward. But yeah, that season there was just, I dream about it all the time.
I would go 85, 86 when I played at Everton.
Everton, yeah.
Yeah, 40 goals and it followed by the World Cup and the Golden Boot. So
How many league goals was 30. It that season, guys? 30, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so it was a great side to play in. That was
40 goals. You said 40 goals?
40 in all comps, yeah.
40 goals.
Yeah.
Wow.
He wasn't bad. The old man wasn't bad, Micah. He was a good, very, very good
Back
player.
in there. It was all right. Okay, that concludes this question and answer episode. Thanks once again for sending in your questions. And thank you, Alistair McAllister in particular. Yeah. We'll be back on Friday when we'll be reviewing the Champions League games played this week. But for now, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.